I had several different pieces of reclaimed lumber that I've had. Some of these I've had for a while and some of them from like recent projects. And I thought a fun project to do right now would be for me and the girls to make some last minute Christmas gifts using these for family. And kind of the funny part about this is those family members, 2 of the 3 anyway, are going to find out they're surprised while they're watching this video. Like a little V from that point.
This?
Yep, right there. And then go this way. See. There's a story that my mom has always told me about the time her dad, who I called Papa, came running in the house excited to tell everyone how he had just taught me how to hammer a nail in a piece of wood. I was 2 years old at the time and he was as proud as could be. Is this how you sharpen your pencils? Is this how you sharpen them in school? Take out your pocket knife and sharpen them? Mommy not teaching you the right way to sharpen a pencil? I would spend the day with Nana and Papa while my mom and Dad were at work. Papa had a workshop out back of the house, and I remember going out to the workshop and spending time with him there often. Okay, here we go. He had a long workbench that went along one wall, and each tool was hanging in its designated spot on that wall. I would sit on a stool and I'd watch him while he tinkered on the counter on something, and I'm sure I asked tons of questions like all kids do. Then at some point I'd get upset that I didn't get my way about something, and I would run out the door to the back steps of the house, and I'd sit there and I'd pout and I'd pout. And after a few minutes, Papa would come out and he'd sit next to me on the step. We'd have a little talk, and I'd happily return to the shop for more tinkering.
Sprinkles. See?
Are those shop sprinkles? I remember him doing things like making me toys for me to play with outside. I specifically remember some stilts that were made by tying fishing line to the empty spools that they used to wrap around. One of the funniest memories I have, though, has nothing to do with the shop, though. Papa always chewed Red Man chewing tobacco. One time, while we were sitting out front, I begged him to let me have a taste while we were sitting on the bench in the front yard. He was quite amused as I gagged and spit it out. If he thought it would keep me from ever wanting it again, he was right. I never tried any tobacco again. Oh! All right, let's see how. Pretty good. That looks pretty good. I know. Well, that's because that's a different shaped piece of wood right there. He passed away when I was 5, so I can't remember all the moments I spent with him. The memories I do remember, though, I really hold on to because they help make me who I am today. Who this Christmas gift is for? Better not be seen through the back of the photo. Who is that? River. And who is that? And so who is this for? Kelly, yeah, because that's Kelly's new grandbaby, her new granddaughter, River. So this is her Christmas present. So we'll take that to the back of there. Squeeze! Guys, I want to take a minute here real quick to show you something super useful. This is my new decked drawer system. Now, I've had this for a couple months now, and it is pretty awesome. It's like having a giant toolbox that still lets me use the whole truck bed. I can keep all my stuff nice and organized, and each bed length drawer can carry up to 200 pounds. Now, I don't have to clutter the truck cab with tools, dog equipment, or fishing or hunting gear. If your tailgate's locked, then no ne'er-do-wells can open the drawers either. The drawers even have locks for added security. But you know what I really love? The deck is made 100% in the US of freaking A, baby. And it has a lifetime warranty and awesome customer service team. Now, as someone who, admittedly hates reading instructions, I gotta say Deck's manual is pretty funny. Let's just say they know their customers well. Now, I should have cleaned it off better before showing it to you, but to be honest with you, I've been abusing it pretty regularly with concrete and lumber, reclaimed beams and whatnot. Oh, and did I mention that the Deck drawer system is weatherproof? So your gear is safe from rain, ice, and snow. So protect your stuff like I do. Get your Decked drawer system at decked.com/Hacksman and get free shipping. Thanks Decked for sponsoring this video. For your frame that we're going to be surprising Mom with your frame, okay? I think she would like this wood right here. Do you know what this wood is from? The old swing set. Yeah, your old swing set. I think your mom will like this. Kim, will you like this? No surprise on this one. Your surprise was the mantle, so I needed a cameraman this week. So, to what? Camera woman this week, okay. Camera person. Growing up, my mom and dad were always working on some project around the house or the yard. They did pretty much everything themselves, including building the shop in our backyard. I was always involved in everything. I learned how to build and move walls, how to paint those walls, remodel and tile a kitchen, build furniture, lay carpet, and one time I even learned how to watch where I stepped while re-roofing a house. My dad's friend caught me by the shirt just before I could go sailing off the edge, to my mom's horror after tripping on a bag of shingles. I learned how to replace the transmission in the driveway and sand orange peel out of a paint job.
I'm so smart.
You are. Okay, good. I wonder if Mom would care if that line was going across right there. Would that just add to the character, or would she rather me come right here? Yeah, okay, we'll come right here. I just have a feeling about that. Over the years, the wood shop became a silversmithing shop where I watched my dad make custom jewelry, and then later we remodeled the entire shop into an art studio. My dad has always been an artist, and he taught me how to draw and paint as well whenever I was little. When I was 15, Disney World invited us as guests for 2 weeks while Dad was a featured artist in the different shops at Christmas. That's one of my favorite childhood Christmas memories because while he was at the shop, Mom and we could just hop around from different park to park, and it was really fun. Okay.
What you looking at?
Put some glue on there. Push it right there.
Okay, your glue's gonna be good. Until we figure out. Oh, no.
What?
I'm not wearing shoes.
He broke it. Right
That
where it
was terrifying.
Right where it was supposed to be.
Stop! No!
This is what I have to deal with. Pictures going in here.
This one.
Ta-da!
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Look at those lovely babies. Look at those lovely babies there.
That one's the best.
Hold it up. Someone got a whack on you.
You broke it. That's what happened.
Yeah. No, in the middle. There you go. Push down.
I've got it.
Okay.
You're scaring me. Move your finger.
I always saw Mom and Dad working as a team, and working beside them as a kid taught me to love working with my hands. I learned how rewarding it can be to do something the right way. That's how they were raised, and that's the only way they did it. You and I are going to use this chunk of heart pine that I already made a table out of this for Nanny, and we're gonna make frames for Nanny and Papa. And we're gonna cut 3 pieces off of here, and I've actually already taken the liberty of cutting all 3 of these off because it's a little bit sketchy, and I thought best if I do it instead of you doing it. So I already cut them off. It's so lovely. Feel that piece of wood? Is it warm? It's still warm after all that sanding created so much friction on there, so much heat. So our problem now is that, see how that's that ring is coming loose? When I was 27, we opened our custom cabinet and furniture shop. People would always ask how we work together as a family. Didn't it cause problems? You know, I know a lot of families butt heads when working together, but I've always enjoyed it. Having the shop was nice as far as not having a boss, but deadlines were stressful and the joy of woodworking eventually began to fade. Riley was born a couple years after we opened the shop, and when I got home from work, I was tired and stressed out, and I didn't have any desire for any unnecessary DIY. Kim and Mom and Dad, and I still did though, we did tons of remodeling at the house. Dad and I, along with my brother-in-law, we built Riley a cedar play set that was later used by all the girls. Our shop was just down the road, but I spent so much time there building for others that I didn't want to be there when I didn't have to be there. Looking back now, I see that I lost time to teach Riley more at that age, and now I have to make up for that now. The success of a different YouTube channel we started allowed us to close the shop and do YouTube full time. We moved to a bigger piece of land, and now I have the garage to work in. Once we came out here, I began to miss building and started this channel. Whose picture should we put in here? Should we put my picture in here? Think Nanny and Papa would like a picture of Daddy? I think we should put my picture in, but I bet they'd probably rather have your picture in it. This channel has given me the time to work with Kim and my daughters and teach them how I learned. They get to learn from all of us since my mom and dad live here too. It's an important thing to us that we teach them to be as self-sufficient and capable as possible. It's not that I specifically want them to be woodworkers, I just want them to have as much knowledge as they can. I saw a quote recently that said, "Do not raise your daughter to look for a knight, raise her to use the sword herself." That's close, but not quite how Kim and I feel. We still want them to be able to find their knight, we just want them to be able to stand beside him. This is the hammer that my papa taught me how to use when I was 2 years old. When he passed away, it went to my dad, and then he used it on countless projects over the decades. And we used it in our shop for 15 years. Now it's mine, and I feel like it's earned its rest. So I'm gonna retire it, partly because it means so much to me, and I don't want anything to happen to it. And that's all I have to say about that. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.